Welcome viewers. Topic of today's discussion is vegetative asexual reproduction in bacteria. The first question is why bacteria need to reproduce. Purpose of reproduction is to pass on the genetic information onto the daughter cells, keeping the species in population. Bacteria grow and reproduce without hesitation. E. coli can reproduce every 20 minutes. They produce 2 to the power of 144 E. coli cells, which is much greater than the number of humans that ever survived. Now we are coming to asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction in which new offsprings arise from a single parent. The offsprings are identical to each other, both physically as well as genetically. They are the exact copies of their parent cell, hence they may be called as clones. Asexual reproduction is observed in both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Now, let's focus on the features of asexual reproduction. Number one, it involves a single parent. There is no gamete formation or no fertilization. The whole process takes place in a very small period of time. Rapid multiplication and growth happens. And finally, there is limited variation. Genetically, the offsprings are similar. There are 5 methods by which reproduction in bacteria take place. Predominantly, they prefer to divide by binary fission. Apart from this, we find some cases conidia is method of reproduction, budding, cyst formation and endospores. So let's start with binary fission. Binary fission is a relatively simple type of cell division. This type of cell division is common among single-celled organisms including bacteria, archaea and unicellular eukaryotes such as protists and some fungi. The cell elongates, replicates its chromosome and separates the newly formed DNA, so there is one chromosome in each half of the cell. Finally, the septum is formed at midpoint of the cell, dividing the parent cell into 2 progeny cells, each having its own chromosome and a complement of other cellular constituents. The binary fission is a rapid process and cell undergoes division at an interval of 20 to 30 minutes. The division becomes gradually slow after certain time due to accumulation of toxic substances and exhaustion of nutrients. You can see here the binary fission, a young cell at early phase of cycle. The second step, the parent cell prepares itself for division by emerging its cell wall, cell membrane and overall volume of the cell increases. Here you can see that cell elongation is occurring. And finally you will see that the septum begins to grow gradually inwards as the chromosomes after getting replicated start moving towards the ends of the cell. Other cytoplasmic materials are also distributed evenly within the developing cells. Next we find that the septums are got synthesized and completely they are dividing the cell from the center. At this point, the daughter cells are divided. Some species separate completely as shown here, while others remain attached, forming chains, doublets and other cellular arrangements. Now, let's focus on this details of prokaryotic cell cycle. 2 pathways function during cell cycle. Number 1 is the pathway wherein replication of the genome takes place. Second, in this pathway, the cell elongation is occurring, replication is occurring and the cells are trying to separate. The second part is called as cytokinesis, means septum formation and formation of progeny cells. A septum is formed at mid-cell, dividing the parent cell into progeny cells, each having its own chromosome and a complement of other cellular constituents. Chromosome replication and partitioning. Each circular chromosome has a single site at which replication begins. This site is called as origin of replication. And replication is completed at the terminus, which is located directly opposite to that of origin. In a newly formed E. coli cell, the chromosome is compacted and organized so that the origin and terminus are in the opposite halves of the cell. Early in the cell cycle, the origin and terminus move to the middle of the cell, and a group of proteins are needed for DNA synthesis, assembled to form replisome at the origin. DNA replication proceeds in both directions from the origin, and the parent DNA is thought to spool through this replisome, which remains relatively stationary. As progeny chromosomes are synthesized, two newly formed origins move towards opposite ends of the cell, and the rest of the chromosome follows in an orderly fashion, as it is clearly evident in the figure. Now we are talking about cytokinesis. Septation is the process of forming a cross wall between the daughter cells. Cytokinesis terminology was traditionally being used to describe the formation of two eukaryotic daughter cells, but nowadays it is used to describe the process in prokaryotes as well. Septation is divided into several steps. Number 1, selection of the site where the septum will be formed. Now, assembly of specialized structures called the Z rings are there, which divides the cell into two by constriction. Now, the linkage of Z ring to the plasma membrane and perhaps to the components of the cell is mediated by Z ring. Assembly of the cell wall synthesizing machinery and constriction of the Z ring and septum formation. Assembly of Z ring is a critical step in septation. It must be formed if subsequent steps are to take place. This Z ring is formed by the polymerization of protein called FTSZ, which is a tubulin homologue and is found in most bacteria. You can see here the protein called MREB, which is similar to eukaryotic actin filaments. It is involved in several processes like determining the cell shape and chromosome movement. MREB polymerizes to form a spiral around the outside periphery of the cell. One model suggests that the origin of each newly replicated chromosome associates with MREB, which then moves them to the opposite poles of the cell. The notion that prokaryotic chromosomes may be actively moved to the poles is further suggested by the fact that if MREB is mutated so that it can no longer hydrolyze ATP, its source of energy, chromosomes fail to segregate properly. You can see here that cytoskeleton proteins are involved in cytokinesis in rod-shaped bacteria. The actin homologue MREB forms a spiral filament around the inside of the cell that helps determine cell shape and may serve to move chromosome to opposite poles. The tubulin-like protein FTSZ assembles in the center of the cell to form Z ring, which is essential for septation. Then MinCD together with other mean proteins oscillate from pole to pole, thereby preventing the formation of an off-center Z ring. FTSZ, like tubulin, polymerizes to form filaments, which are thought to create the meshwork that constitutes the Z ring. The Z ring is very dynamic, with portions of the meshwork being exchanged constantly with newly formed short FTSZ polymers from the cytosol. Another protein called MinCD is an inhibitor of Z ring assembly. Like FTSZ, it is very dynamic, oscillating its position from one end of the cell to other, forcing the Z ring formation only at the center of the cell. Once the Z ring is formed, the rest of the division machinery is constructed. First, one or more anchoring proteins link the Z ring to the cell membrane. Then the cell wall synthesizing machinery is assembled. The final steps of division involve constriction of the Z ring accompanied by invagination in the cell membrane and synthesis of septal wall. Several models of Z ring constriction have been proposed. One model holds the FTSZ filaments are shortened by losing FTSZ subunits. That is, depolymerization of FTSZ subunits are occurring at the sites where the Z ring is anchored to the plasma membrane. This model is supported by the observation that Z rings of cells producing an excessive amount of FTSZ subunits fail to constrict. You can see here the formation of cell division apparatus in E. coli. The cell division apparatus composed of numerous proteins that are thought to assemble in the order shown here. The process begins with polymerization of FTSZ to form Z rings. The FTSA and ZipA proteins anchor the Z ring to the plasma membrane. Although the numerous proteins are known to be part of the cell division apparatus, the function of all are not yet known to us. Next, we will talk about some unusual forms of reproduction in bacteria. There are groups of bacteria that use unusual forms or patterns of cell division to reproduce. Some of these bacteria grow to more than twice their starting cell size and then use multiple divisions to produce multiple offsprings. Some other bacterial lineages produce by budding. Still others form internal offspring that develop within the cytoplasm of a larger mother cell. Let's talk about cysts. Cysts are formed by the deposition of additional layer around the mother cell. These are the resting structures, and during favorable conditions they again behave as mother cells. Many members of Azotobacter produce these kind of cysts. Now we are talking about baeocyte for production in Cyanobacterium stanaeria. Stanaeria never undergoes binary fission. It starts out as a small spherical cell, approximately 1 to 2 micrometer in diameter. This cell is referred to as baeocyte, which literally means a small cell. The baeocyte begins to grow, eventually forming a vegetative cell up to 30 micrometer in diameter. As it grows, the cellular DNA is replicated over and over, and the cell produces a thick extracellular matrix. The vegetative cell eventually converts into a reproductive phase, where it undergoes a rapid succession of cytoplasmic fissions to produce dozens and over hundreds of baeocytes. The extracellular matrix eventually tears up, and finally all the baeocytes are released in the environment. Next, we'll talk about budding in bacteria. Budding has been observed in some members of Planktomycetes, Cyanobacteria, Firmicutes and Prosthecate Proteobacteria. Extensively studied in eukaryotic yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae. The molecular mechanism of bud formation in bacteria is not known. The bacterial cell develops small swellings, as you can see here, at one side, which gradually increases in size. Simultaneously, the nucleus undergoes division, where one remains with the mother and the other one with some cytoplasm goes to the swelling part. This outgrowth is the bud, which gets separated from the mother by partition wall. Example, Hyphomicrobium vulgare, Rhodomicrobium vaniniella, etc. replicate by budding. Next we will discuss about intracellular offspring production by some Firmicutes. Epuloskium species Metabacterium polyspora and the segmented filamentous bacteria form multiple intracellular offspring. Intracellular offspring development in these bacteria shares characteristics with endospore formation in Bacillus subtilis. The unique reproductive strategy begins with asymmetric cell division. As we have seen in case of FTS Z ring formation is done centrally during binary fission. Here we find that the Z rings are placed near both cell poles in Epulospicium. The division forms a large mother cell and two small offspring cells. Thus, smaller cells contain DNA and become fully engulfed by the large mother cell. The internal offspring grows within the cytoplasm of the mother cell. Once offspring has completed its development, it comes out and the mother dies and releases the offsprings. Another form of asexual reproduction in bacteria is via formation of conidia. This is being seen in case of filamentous bacteria like Streptomyces. What they do? They lead to the formation of a transverse septum at the apex of the filament. The part of this filament which bears conidia is called conidiophore. After detachment from the mother and getting contact with suitable substratum, the conidium germinates and gives rise to a new mycelium. Next, we are talking about sporulation. Sporulation is used as a mean of reproduction, production of spores by bacteria when the conditions are harsh. Such spores remain dormant until conditions become favorable. An example of bacteria that sporulates up to about 9 endospores is Metabacterium polyspora. In this bacteria, the cell produces spores at the poles. The spores divide to produce more spores, elongate and develop into mature endospores. Spores are formed during unfavorable environmental conditions like desiccation and starvation. As the spores are formed within the cell, they are called endospores. Only one spore is formed in a bacterial cell. On germination, it gives rise to a bacterial cell. You can see here that during cell division, the spores are getting formed, a septum formation takes place, engulfment of the spore is forming, leading to the formation of 4 spore, then the cortex is there, and finally there is formation of a coat synthesis, leading to the formation of exosporium, and finally the spore coat is formed, and ultimately this spore is released in the environment. You can see the figure of the spore. We have got exosporium, spore coat, inner membrane, cortex and core. Now we are coming to an unusual kind of reproduction strategy being opted by Caulobacter crescentus. What is it? It is a gram-negative oligotrophic bacteria widely distributed in freshwater lakes and streams. Caulobacter is an important model organism for studying the regulation of cell cycle, asymmetric cell division and cellular differentiation. You can see that Caulobacter can exist in 2 forms. One is called as the swarmer stage, another is called as the stalked stage. Caulobacter, it is an important model organism which helps us to study the asymmetric cell division. One daughter is a mobile swarmer cell and has a single flagellum, and it is existing at one end of the pole. It provides swimming motility or chemotaxis. The other daughter is called the stalked cell. It has a tubular stalk structure which is protruding out from one pole that has an adhesive hold fast material at one of its end with which the stalked cell can adhere onto the surfaces. Swarmer cells differentiate into stalked cells after a short period of motility. Chromosome replication and cell division occurs in the stalked cell stage. Its name derived from its crescent-shaped structure, which is caused by the existence of a protein called crescentin. This protein was discovered by Christian Jacob Wagner, and this is used as a model, and it is used by developmental biologist Lucy Sapiro. You can see here that the cell cycle of Crescentus, we do have existence of swarmer cells as well as stalked cells. So in this topic of discussion today, we have discussed about asexual reproduction mechanism in bacteria. We have emphasized specifically on the binary fission being used mostly by bacteria and the rare events of budding, endospore formation and swarming motility of Caulobacter crescentus and baeocytes, and all those things have been covered in brief.